Hey everybody, today we're going to talk about dashboards. Now, those may not be the funnest thing to talk about, and maybe something that you're not really interested in all that much, but they're important. And I want to show you the dashboard you're probably the most familiar with, and you'll probably notice I'm in a car right now. Well, check out this dashboard. Most of you have probably seen it before. Please excuse the dust, my car's a little dirty. This is a dashboard that most people see. Now, why do I call it a dashboard? A dashboard is something that conveys information, right? In an easy, concise manner. Normally it has lots of different inputs, right? So on the dashboard that we see in front of us, and it gets even more intense as I turn the car on here, you'll notice how many indicator lights pop up and the different information it's giving me. Now you'll notice indicator lights help us understand different things, but they're really an aggregation of information. On the far side, you have the speedometer, right? Which tells us how fast we're actually moving. It gives us feedback about how fast we're traveling. I can see feedback about how much range I have, how far I've driven the car, the temperature and the RPMs of the car, all from a simple glance. If I want more details about anything, I can always go and try and find more information in the owner's manual, or anywhere else. This is an example of a great dashboard. It gives you just enough information without overwhelming you with the information that you don't need. What you need is the warning indicators, the feedback of how fast you're traveling, maybe a little bit more information, for instance, the range of how long until you're out of gas, which is interesting as it actually shows that in two different areas on this dashboard. So it must be important, must be something that people run into problems with often. Now consider the dashboards you use in your organization. What type of information are they giving you? Are they full of indicator lights that help you understand when there's problems and then you can go look up more information? Is there a speedometer that lets you know how fast you're traveling or how well you're doing? Is there temperature gauges or other things to help you know how your organizations are performing? If your dashboards aren't conveying this type of information for your organization, it's important to think about what you're actually looking at. Important to think about what you're doing. And important to think, should I be getting better information or better dashboards? Now, check out the Pulse for Good dashboard, right? Very clearly, we're going to have our speedometer, which is very much just our star ranking. It'll show you how you're doing compared to yourself over time, as well as compared to other organizations if you have that set up. You're able to see each individual question, as well as a breakdown of those questions. But notice there's not a ton of information about those questions. Think of this as like the indicator lights. If you start seeing a question that gets a low score, I can then use filters or other things to try and dig deeper and understand, why am I getting an indicator light going off? This is a sign of a great dashboard. It gives you just enough information to be able to give you an idea of how your company is doing, to keep a pulse on how your organization is doing, but doesn't give you too much.